Hello everyone. Douglas Waltz, Old Man Comic Book Reviews. Look at all these comic books. You believe it? That's a lot. We'll start right off with issue 3 of Godzilla versus the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. We've been enjoying this one quite a bit. Story by Cullen Bunn. Art by Freddie Williams II. In last issue when we left them, Gigan had appeared. So that was a good time. I also see little things where they do stuff like Anguirus and Hedorah and stuff and some of the big shots. And of course, since this is issue 3 of 5, it's time for Godzilla and Megazord Power Rangers to, team up against the bad guys, so you get big giant comic book spreads like that. This is just goofy fun. It's a good comic book. I like it. Up next is number 6 of Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, as always. So Sheena is written by Stephen E. D'Souza. Art's a little weird. Will Rio does pages 1 through 10, and Jethro Morales, who I think is the regular artist, does pages 11 through 20. So I think Will stepped in to help out with this issue of Sheena. So it's weird. You get halfway through it and you're like, so. And it's Sheena going to find this hidden temple. It was just considered to be a myth. And yeah, it hits the fan pretty quick. And the artwork, it is a little weird having it go from one to another, but it's alright for a film. They usually do this at Marvel all the time. Alright, DC Aquaman, number 4. We have, script is by Chuck Brown and Brandon Thomas. Pencils are Sami Basri. Inks are Sami Basri and Vicente Cifuentes. Not bad. And there's still this weird thing going on with people like sleeper agents, and their job is to blow stuff up in the name of Atlantis. And Black Manta is helping out. We've got both of the Aquamen. We get to see the baby, Arthur and Mara's baby. They do an odd panel where you have to kind of figure out where to go. For those of you catching up, it's this way, this way, this way, in that order. Otherwise it makes no sense. So it's a good book. I'd rather just have Arthur in it, but if you want to have both of the Aquamen in it, that's fine. Mr. Terrific's in this issue at the very end, so that'll be cool to see. Alright, where are we at with number 11 of Moon Knight? All you people buying Moon Knight because you watched the awesome Disney show, there's your ad for that. We're starting a new arc. Writer is still Jed McKay, artist is still Alessandro Capuccio, and they are going to save his psychiatrist. Tigra helps him. The Zodiac guy, for some reason, that Zodiac fellow there, hires Jigsaw. Jigsaw's this guy whose face got all messed up by the Punisher, and they tried to put it back together again, and it looks like a jigsaw puzzle. In the land of villains, not the brightest bulb on the Christmas tree. So he and Mark Spector has to ask Khonshu for a favor because he needs to get from point A to point B very quickly. I do like how they address it with Tigra, where she says, "Don't you still have your moon copter or your drone or your angel wing?" He's like, "I don't have any of that." So left it on a good cliffhanger. We'll see how that goes. And apparently Khonshu gave him a shortcut, but the shortcut could kill him. We'll see how it goes. This one hasn't been around for a few months. We are on the new issue of Adventure Man. There she is. That's Adventure Man right there. She's Adventure Man. And we have that written by Matt Fraction. Pencils and colors are by Terry Dodson. Inks are by Rachel Dodson. And when we last saw Adventure Man, she was in a subway looking for ghosts with a cowboy. So that went really well. Except they were in Rockefeller Center, and she slipped on the ice, and he tried to catch her, and she broke the ice in Rockefeller Center because she's dense. She's very dense. She's a little taller than most people, a little stronger than most people, And they just introduced us to the most blue ink ever, because it's the Ghost Gang. They're all back, and they're gonna commit crimes. So we'll see how long we have to wait. Oh, it tells you right here. We will have to wait until September for the next issue of Adventure Man. So by the time we talk about this again, I will have forgotten what this comic book is about. All right, wrapping up that great crossover in Marvel, Devil's Reign Omega. This is called, we want to wrap it up and soak you $4.99 for the book. So the main story, there are three, sorry. The main story is Fall and Rise with writer Chip Zdarsky, artist Rafael de la Torre. Then we have Mayor for Hire, writer Rodney Barnes, artist Guillermo Sana. And then Cleaning House is written by Jim Zub, who's been doing a great job with... nope, that's a different guy, never mind. Artist is Luciano Vecchio, and they're burying Matt Murdock, even though we all know it's Mike Murdock. And the Kingpin's son and Mike Murdock were friends, and the Kingpin's son is not happy about this at all. And so it does wrap it up really well. I mean, this has been like a long run for this. They're going to do something stupid. We're going to get a Daredevil issue 1 over again, which I don't understand why they're doing that. The new mayor of New York City is Luke Cage, and he's going to bust up the bad criminals. He wants to get, what's her name this week? It's Monica Rambeau. She has a superhero name, and I always don't know what it is. He wants her to be the person in charge, and it doesn't go well. So we'll see how Luke does with being the mayor and a superhero at the same time. And next we get Daredevil #1 in June. So we start over again after 3 years of Daredevil. Newer book, Amazing Spider-Man 2. They started over because we got rid of the last writer. Our writer for this is Zeb Wells. John Romita Jr. is the penciler. Scott Hanna is the inker. I mentioned last time I'm always happy when we get an inker for Mr. Romita. He just can use the help. I like it better. It's a little cleaner looking. Norman Osborn comes to Peter for a job. He wants Peter to have a job. He's got the best job ever for Peter. Babysitter for Harry Osborn's kids. Because Harry's busy and Norman's busy being just kind of weird. We also have Tombstone, who tried to go legit, pulled out all of his caps so he can have his sharp teeth again, and decided to go on a rampage. We also have the White Rabbit, invented by our good friend J.M. DeMatteis, showing up. And yeah, this is a good book. It's it's a weird booby trap. It's the back of a truck with Tombstone and Spider-Man, and the back of the truck keeps squeezing, and there's less and less room for Spider-Man to fight, and Tombstone doesn't really need that much room, and I don't know that you can crush him. So, we'll find out. Task Force Z #8. I found out this is a 12-issue limited series. I'm not happy about that, but you know, you don't get to do what you want to do all the time. Matthew Rosenberg did the script. Jesus Moreno, Jack Herbert, and Vicente Cifuentes are the artists. That's a lot of artists. That's 3 artists. One of them did Daredevil, the Vicente Cifuentes. So it's all just to try to get the Lazarus resin that's in the Batcave. So it's like the Bat family reunion in here. Two Faces with Solomon Grundy. The Red Hood goes to the Batcave. There's Barbara Gordon. Then Robin shows up and Red Hood breaks his nose. Nightwing shows up and he sucker punches him, but he saves him from getting splatted in the subway. There's a lot of Batman family. I don't really think I needed that many Batman family. And then the one Batgirl who's in Batgirls, Cassandra, the one who wears the full face mask. I don't know. So yeah, he knew what he was doing. He decided to take the Bat family for a run. The new artists, the artists. Yeah, there's somebody in here. Some of it looks good. Parts of it are like, what? I don't know what they were doing, but they did it. And oh, lo and behold, that is our stack of comic books. I think it was 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I was wrong. So, Sophie and Fiona, I'm sorry you didn't get to come over this weekend. There's really not a lot to do when it's a billion degrees outside. Michigan's currently on fire. It's like 90 something with humidity. It's just awful. So, meanwhile, go get a comic book. We get ours from the local guys, Fanfare. They have a discount program where you give them some money and they take 20% off every week's new comic books. Otherwise, these are going to cost me a fortune. So until next time, go read a comic book and I'll see you next week.